Peace, Farmer Courtney here. This reminds me of that. So I tried this new thing out on my Instagram last night, which was to give creative form to a mental process that's happening all the time. I'll come across something, some stream of knowledge, and I think, oh, this reminds me of that. And it's something that had been planted in my mind from the teachings of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad. So whatever could be close to, the top of my mind, it could have been in some far-flung field. There were some seeds of knowledge that were dropped that I took in. I didn't really know, how to manage or what to do. But some of those fields might be full of weeds, but it's there. It took root, it's growing. So I'll think, oh, this reminds me of that. And I do it all the time. And I actually feel like it's one thing that I'm good at because it's the risk of now connected to the teachings, and bringing it together is something that I'm going to be doing more of. And tonight I was listening to Dr. David Martin and the Butterfly of the Week. And one time I tried to unsuccessfully share that epiphany moment that I was having of this reminds me of that. And I don't think I did a good job. One of the things I'm really striving to do is to clear out and make use of, to bring to the light of day the things in my old stacks of legal pads and notebooks and my notes on my phone and Google Drive and sticky notes all over the place, to bring them together, because throughout the day I always am making all these different connections, and then someone will oh, I need something, or can you do this, or can you do that, and then I'm immediately yanked out of that thought process, and then I'm kind of just interrupted all the time, mother interrupted, right? So this is something that I feel really drawn to do. And what was interesting was it hardly got any engagement on my Instagram. So I thought, okay, great. I'm going to keep doing this because this is really what I'm here to do. So it's great that nobody really paid attention to it, or maybe Instagram's just not really the right space for it, because I'm even guilty of scrolling really fast these days because it just seems like the whole algorithm over there has really changed, and unless I'm looking for something specific, I'm kind of in and out of there fast too. And I've actually been posting more on YouTube, and as a consequence, tapping into more longer form videos. So today I was listening to Dr. David Martin, and I realized that one other time early in, the pandemic times, I tried to introduce him to my audience in a pretty lackluster way. I'd say I did a very mediocre job because, I don't know, I just felt like I couldn't speak, or something was, knotting up my thought process. And so why Dr. David Martin reminded me of the teachings of the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad was because he said this.
Forget Robin Hood. They're going to write about this one for a lot longer than Robin Hood got any cute men in tights bullshit, because I'm going to win that one. And it'll be Men in Bow Ties. That'll be the next Kevin Costner movie. Men in Bow Ties. You watch for that.
So how could you hear, humongous challenge of taking on the wickedly wise, men in bow ties are going to be victorious in that fight, and not immediately connected to the teachings of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad? So I immediately was I felt this complete energetic surge of okay, thank you, Allah. I'll take note. I'll figure out, who is this man? Who is Dr. David Martin? And then I realized that I had come across him before and really made the mistake of judging him. Not even so much him, but just, the package of him and his wife and how they do their shows.
Ladies and gentlemen, this was probably one of those butterflies where the only value is to listen to it and then go, I know there was something he was really trying to say.
There's lots of goodies in there, David. Lots of intrigue and clues.
The fact of the matter is, there was a ton that I wanted to say.
Information.
Good. And the fact is, maybe you got it, maybe you didn't. Maybe you want to go back and listen to it over again. And I hope this was helpful.
It's great. It's very intriguing. Very interesting. You're very clever how you weave it all.
Black shoals,
together.
black swans.
Black swans, Australia.
And now black red blood cells.
So many things in there.
Not the kind of way we want the world to go. But anyhow, that's the news. That's Butterfly of the Week this week.
Love you guys.
Make sure that you read the CRISPR-Cas9 trials on beta thalassemia. Make sure you read it because you will see where the future is going. And until next time, have an amazing organic life.
Yeah.
Make sure that you do everything you can to eat stuff that came as close to the dirt as possible.
Absolutely.
Make
Try and
sure
grow
that
your
you
own.
do everything you can to make sure that you go to a farmer's market or something where somebody actually knows which place, which plant a thing came from. Make sure that you go anywhere you can go that gets you as close to nature as possible, because if you get close to nature, you got the best shot at staying human.
Absolutely.
We'll catch you all on the other side.
Bye,
Have a
everyone.
beautiful week. And that's it.
That's it.
And I didn't go to college, right? I didn't do any of that. But what it makes me so thankful when I come across him is that I enjoy being in his classroom. And YouTube, you know, is one of his classrooms now. He's very professorial. He's also informs on how to do research and how to question what we're even able to do research, you know, digitally with, and so many different levels of things. But when I heard him doing the opening introduction to the Weston A. Price Foundation, I was really struck with, all right, I need to take a seat in his classroom. I need to learn from him. He's very skilled in how he communicates. He knows very well what will keep him on the air, what will have his videos taken down. He gave a warning tonight that had 3 different references to black in it, and he specifically talked about CRISPR technology, emergency use authorization, eugenics, and sickle cell and black blood. So I felt like this was definitely the night to do a reintroduction and try to do a better job at, you know, reintroducing Dr. David Martin to anyone who follows me, and sharing that, you know, it's definitely worth your time of checking him out, listening to his different lectures and presentations and things. And one of the things that is so striking to me about him, and I guess it's just because when you have a mind that is able to see all the mistakes and risks that those who think they are so smart and powerful are making, and you are operating from a righteous operating system, that you're able to stay hopeful even in the face of really atrocious information about the conduct of different people in these wickedly wise circles, and that he documents them all really, really well. I'm not going to get into a full bio here, but one of the things that he has done in his career is had to been very studious of the patent system. And so that's just one bit of how he's has so much insight into all these things that are going on, because he's studying what they're doing. And so, you know, I am hopeful that he is, you know, doing the best work that he can possibly do, and that it won't come up with nothing, because I do really believe in this clip that I started out with here, where you know, forget men in tights, forget Robin Hood, that it's going to be men in bow ties who really come together at this time and deliver a word that really helps people, protects the masses, and brings about a change. And I transition into a new reality where a new mind that isn't operating from the same system is in control. So, all right, until next time, this is number 34. All right, Farmer Courtney Pease.